Williamson, why don't you go ahead and give us an opening statement?
I mean, first, obviously, it's great to be home. Over 1,000 people here tonight, and I think we kind of started up right where we left off last season in terms of the atmosphere and just how much our fans provide for us. I do think there were some jitters, probably a little bit of nerves with our team just being at home for the first time. Obviously, we had the exhibition, but I do think it's a little bit different going into this first match in the tournament. And it took us we started strong, and then I felt like when they made some runs, it stressed us out a little bit more than I would have liked to see. But we did a lot of really good things, hit for a high percentage, hit almost 300 as a team, had 70 digs, which is a really good number in that three-set match. And, we've talked so much about our defense over the course of, I think, the program's history, but really over the last couple years. But this team, I think, has the ability to probably be the deepest offensively that we've seen, and I think it showed tonight. Multiple people, four people in double-figure digs. We had a lot of really good block touches. I don't think we ended up with as many blocks as I would have liked to see, but we just slowed the ball down a lot. So really happy that our defense stepped up. I think carried us through until we were able to kind of find some of those avenues to score. But some really good individual performances too. Morgan, 10 kills, hitting over 500. Lauren, I think her hitting percentage came down there a little bit at the end with a couple of errors, but she was doing some really good things there. And then Amanda, 8 kills, hitting almost 400. So really happy to see that, and things for us to learn, take away from today, but we've got to be cleaner going into the next couple matches.
Talk about a little bit of, you look at the kills by set, obviously 17, 19, 18, 16. 3 sets all over 16. A good balance there for each set.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, I thought that we found ways to score points. We were earning our points on our side quite a bit. I think with that, just the flip side is we earned our points, but we also gave them a lot of points. So that's where we're talking about just cleaning it up a little bit. But I like that we kind of found the hot hitter in different sets. Amanda was really good in set 1, had 5 kills in set 1. Kind of went away from her a little bit in set 2, but Lauren had 8 kills in set 2. And then Morgan came alive really in that third set and had 6 kills. So I thought we did a really good job with that. Audrey was consistent, just over 2 kills per set. I thought she did her job very well. Also came up with a couple big blocks there towards the end. So I thought Avery did a really good job of distributing the ball and finding the right hitters in some really good moments.
Talk a little bit about Audrey, position change, and just the adjustment she's had to make in order to make that on the floor and moving from middle to right side.
Yeah, the nice thing is our spring season, we do a lot of cross training, especially with our middles. We have them play middle, we have them play right side quite a bit, and so they were already kind of in that mode. So coming into the fall, we knew that it was an option, and we obviously started testing it out right away, but didn't know if that was going to be the way that we ended up deciding to go. But she just has the ability to score points back there. She's got the ability to block a lot of balls, and I just think over the course of really the last couple weeks, I think she's just understood her job a little bit better, and I think we saw that tonight. Again, the amount of block touches that she gets, she takes up a lot of space, and we still think that there's more that she can do blocking-wise just as the season progresses. And then offensively, she just gets on the ball really fast, and I think with that, I think she's hitting to good areas of the floor, but a couple of the other things that she hasn't had to do in the middle, play off block, at times be a little bit more of a ball control player when that ball is coming to her as a pin, and I feel like that's where she's really made the biggest strides, just understanding what her job is in that moment. And I'm proud of her for being able to make that switch, because I think it's been a really good change for her, but it's also been a really good change for us as a team.
And you talked about a couple of newcomers in the back row and the 4 double figures in digs and the 70. I mean, you look at how many players just had at least one dig in the match, and like everybody contributed back there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun to watch, and it's something that we're used to seeing in our own gym daily, and it's something that we saw out of ourselves last weekend out at UConn. So I'm glad that we were able to show that right away on night one, and we put a lot of time into it, a lot of effort into it, but really they're just very invested in it. They know how good we are in the backcourt, and I think they like the challenge, of continuously finding a way to keep that ball off the ground. And not only were we digging, I thought we were digging in system quite a bit tonight. But then I thought we handled the chaos plays well. Sometimes it comes off really quick, and we just get that ball over the net quite often, which is good to see. But I think there's a couple people on here too that maybe their numbers weren't quite as high, but had some really key digs in really big moments as well. And those definitely don't go unnoticed.
We talked a lot about the serve and pass game. Obviously, serving probably a few more errors than you would have liked to see today.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up with 11, and the number itself, probably at 11, isn't terrible for the three-set match, but we had 10 after the second set. So that number is too high, and I think some of it, again, came from nerves, some of it knowing that we missed too many, and I think it stressed them out a little bit, but that's an area of our game that I believe can be really good for us. So excited to see us kind of rebound tomorrow and hopefully be able to put a little bit more pressure on Florida Gulf Coast. And just, again, perform a little bit better from the service line.
We've been through these home tournaments now for a few years. When you first started, you were playing 2 matches a day, then match, and now it's been split 1-1-1. How's that changed format? And obviously, the better off playing the 1-1-1, isn't it?
It's so much better for our athletes. Physically, 2 matches in a day is really hard. And could we go do it? Yeah, we could. But with the ability to not put ourselves in that situation, we're going to try to stay away from that as often as possible. So it just allows them a little bit more recovery time. Even tonight, it felt hot in there. They were pretty sweaty. So flying around the court. And, I think with that, I'm glad that we have the night to recover, the day tomorrow to recover. It just puts our athletes in a much better physical position. So excited again to be able to have that 1 per day, but I also think it helps us with, our fans being able to come out. And 2 in a day, we never really got great attendance in that first one. So glad that we're able to hopefully capitalize on that a little bit more and have another great crowd tomorrow. But these next 2 games are going to be really tough, starting with tomorrow. So obviously it'd be great. The students were great today. That's probably something I should mention is they were loud. I thought they were engaged, and that's a lot of fun. It's fun to listen to. It's fun to be a part of, and I hope they enjoyed it too because they definitely made a difference.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we're joined by Avery Van Hook and Cameron Ferris. Avery, just talk a little bit about the atmosphere one and just coming out with energy to get a win, especially in 3 sets.
Yeah, playing in Coyote Nation is always just a blast, and we're lucky to have 2 tournaments here and play 6 games before we even get into Summit League this year. And I feel like we had some nerves, but I feel like we did our job well. We didn't play the cleanest, but a win is a win at the end of the day, and we really fed off of Coyote energy today to, give us that win. And starting the tournament and getting a sweep, that's always what you want, so we can come in tomorrow with fresher legs. And if we were to go 5, and we got the rust off, and so now we can go ball out.
Cameron, when you look at the stats, I see 4 people in double figures in digs and 70 total digs. How's that for you?
We play really good team defense, and we talk about it every day in our gym, but playing Coyote defense is a huge part of our team and the success of our program as a whole. So just looking at that and everyone contributing into defense, and that starts with the front line too.
And you look at the offensive balance with the attacking, and even by set, it seemed like one person was hot in each set. Do you sense that on the court in that time period in the set?
Yeah, we scout it and stuff. We knew they were going to be a big block, so it was like, where can we find seams, where can we find openings, and who can be open and, have the best chance of scoring. And I don't know if you see, but in every timeout, me and Barrett talk about what's going on the court, what we see, what I see, what she sees, and she's really good at, letting me just play my game, but also, hey, they're really focusing on the outsides here, let's get the middles involved, or they're really focusing on the middles. And especially in set 1, Audrey was going off, and because they were focusing on the middles, she only had a one-on-one block, and she was doing her job really well.
And that adjusted obviously as the match went on, because you look at the totals.
Yes.
Amanda had a good first set, but then obviously didn't even have a swing in the second set.
Yeah, I mean, that Lowe started really hot, and then they moved into her, and then Audrey got hot, so they moved out to Audrey, and then it's just like play the game really well, and my hitters are confident in me, and I'm confident in them, and we have a really good communication, like, hey, you're holding the block really well, that's why I'm going to this person, but your time is coming, and they trust me with the ball and what decisions I'm making.
Cameron, talk about the serve and pass game. Obviously, you try to serve tough. Probably a few more errors than you would have liked, right, today?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how do we find ways to be successful maybe when we're not the cleanest in one area. So our serving might have had a little more misses than we wanted, but we talked about how our defense kept us in it. And again, just finding ways to be good when one specific area of our game doesn't necessarily go the best.
Correct me if I'm wrong, were you, as a freshman, when we played a tournament, were they still playing 2 matches in a day and then a match, or has it always been singles?
Yes, when I was a freshman and I think my sophomore year, we played 2
So
in a
how's
day.
that adjustment been to now getting a chance to play one and rest?
It's great for our recovery. I mean, for me, not as much. I don't jump and I don't swing, but for our hitters taking multiple swings, for players that jump on every single play, it's really good and beneficial for us to be able to rest after just one match. And sometimes those matches go 5 sets, and when they do, just being able to take some time off and have until the next evening to play another match is really good for us.
Going into tomorrow's match, or a little early, what did you quickly see from Florida Gulf Coast this afternoon that you might be able to take advantage of?
I mean, I think we'll always just expect a battle. Just we go out and control our side, but expect to battle against every team and just do us and know that that can be enough to find a way to get a win.
And I have to ask you, you're playing Kansas this year, but your sister's not. I mean, is that a little disappointing?
I mean, I'm excited. Still my home state and a school that I grew up watching, and also just a nationally ranked opponent. Bringing them onto our home court is going to be really fun, and I think it's our whiteout game, which we always have a really good turnout. So really excited for that, and it's always one of our favorite games of the year.
Who's
So.
sister rooting for?
What?
Who's your sister rooting for?
Oh, us. She's picking an outfit out from my South Dakota closet, so we're ready.
All right, thanks, ladies.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.